Jasmine Bleu has been spreading falsehoods, and now we have the evidence to reveal the truth. We always knew Mendeecees Harris had his share of controversies, but who could have imagined Jasmine would be entangled in this chaos? Did she really believe we wouldn't piece everything together? Let me ask you, what happens when your lies catch up with you? What occurs when you've spun so many tales that even you can't distinguish reality anymore? Well, Jasmine is about to learn a tough lesson because, trust me, the internet never forgets. Her fabricated story is rapidly falling apart with leaked direct messages, secret phone calls, and a plethora of revelations that will leave everyone astonished. And Yandy Smith, she's not holding back this time. You won't believe what she has to say about Jasmine's intricate web of deceit. So, grab your popcorn, because this scandal offers more drama than a reality TV season finale. Let's delve into the startling truth behind Jasmine's falsehoods. Brace yourselves, because this information is extremely hot. Just when we thought the Mendeecees and Jasmine Bleu drama couldn't become more chaotic, a new level of deception has been uncovered. And believe me, it's astonishing. Jasmine Bleu has been ensnared in a complex web of lies, and this time, the evidence is irrefutable. But the real question is, why did she lie? And what role does Yandy Smith play in all this? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to disclose will make you question everything. Let's take a step back for a moment. We all know Mendeecees Harris, hip-hop mogul, reality TV star, and let's be honest, a man whose name is frequently associated with drama. From his past legal issues to his tumultuous relationship with Yandy Smith, his life has been a continuous saga of headlines. Then there's Jasmine Bleu, a woman who seemingly appeared out of nowhere, making claims that left the internet in shock. Allegations, accusations, and now a web of lies that's finally coming undone. It all began when Jasmine made some shocking allegations about Mendeecees. She depicted a secret relationship, betrayal, and let's not forget the emotional distress. Social media went into a frenzy. Team Jasmine ardently supported her, believing every word she said. But then, things started to get strange. Inconsistencies emerged. Statements didn't align, and suddenly, her story wasn't as solid as it initially seemed. Now here's where it gets truly bizarre. Jasmine claimed that she and Mendeecees had been secretly involved for years. She described lavish vacations, expensive gifts, and intimate moments that supposedly occurred behind closed doors. However, when people began investigating, the timeline appeared questionable. And let me tell you, when the internet starts digging, you can be sure the truth will surface. Sources close to Mendeecees have now come forward, and guess what? They're dismissing Jasmine's entire story. According to them, Jasmine was never that close to Mendeecees. They assert she exaggerated their interactions, and, in some instances, outright fabricated them. And the evidence? It's compelling. We're talking about contradictory text messages, altered photos, and even fake screenshots she allegedly used to support her claims. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Yandy Smith. Yandy has been surprisingly silent throughout this entire ordeal. Normally, she's quick to respond when drama arises. But this time, there's been complete silence. And you know what that suggests? Something's amiss. Rumors suggest that Yandy knows Jasmine is lying, but is staying quiet to avoid adding fuel to the fire. After all, why waste energy on nonsense, right? However, others believe she's just waiting for the right moment to respond forcefully. And let's discuss social media. The internet is devouring this drama. There are Twitter threads analyzing Jasmine's every word, Instagram pages dedicated to uncovering the truth, and let's not forget the blogs. They're having a field day with this. Some fans are demanding Jasmine apologize, while others continue to support her, convinced there's still some truth to her claims. It's a complete battleground out here. But let me share something even more astonishing. Jasmine might not have been acting alone. Yes, you heard me correctly. There are whispers that someone else has been feeding her these lies, coaching her, and even paying her to maintain this act. And guess what? The suspicion is directed at someone very close to Mendeecees. Could it be an ex, a former business partner, a disgruntled family member? Whoever it is, they seem determined to bring him down. And Jasmine might just be a pawn in this entire messy game. Jasmine Bleu has been playing the role of a manipulator all along, and now that her deceptive game has been exposed, she's lashing out because she got caught slipping. Let's take a step back and examine the timeline. Remember how this all began? Jasmine made shocking claims, suggesting Mendeecees Harris had been hiding deep, dark secrets. But then, evidence started emerging that cast doubt on Jasmine's credibility. It seems she might have been projecting her own issues onto him. Isn't it ironic how the accuser often has the most to hide? And let's not forget about Yandy Smith. She's over it. Any hope of her and Jasmine being cordial again has vanished. Insiders reveal that Yandy is now convinced Jasmine was scheming from the start. Can you blame her? Discovering that someone you once trusted was plotting your downfall is a betrayal of the highest order. It's snake-like behavior, and Yandy is done playing nice. Speaking of snakes, Jasmine's own circle is turning against her. When people realize they've been deceived, they don't stay quiet, they start talking. Some individuals from Jasmine's camp have come forward with shocking revelations. Allegedly, Jasmine knew her story was flimsy, but pushed it anyway, thinking she could control the narrative. She believed she could manipulate the internet, but underestimated how deeply people would investigate. But it gets worse. There's talk that Jasmine had a backup plan in case things went south. However, this plan didn't unfold as she hoped. Word is, she was preparing to release more evidence to divert attention from herself. Before she could act, someone from her own team turned on her. And now the narrative is beyond her control. The internet has turned against her, and her attempts at damage control are looking sloppy. So, what happens next? Jasmine is cornered with limited options. Mendeecees and Yandy aren't engaging with her antics anymore, and the public sees through the act. Even gossip blogs that initially sided with Jasmine are retracting, realizing they might have been fed lies. And speaking of lies, let's discuss how Jasmine is handling all this. She's scrambling. She went from making bold accusations to backtracking, claiming she was misunderstood. Really, Jasmine? Because your initial statements seemed designed to paint Mendeecees in a negative light. Now that the tables have turned, that's not what I meant. Please. What's even more baffling is that some people still defend her. How can anyone support someone who was caught lying? At some point, you have to acknowledge that the person you're defending might not be the victim they portray themselves to be. Honestly, it's becoming embarrassing. But here's the real kicker. This situation might not be over. There are whispers of another dramatic turn, legal threats, more evidence surfacing, and possibly a public statement from Mendeecees himself. If that happens, it's over for Jasmine. Mendeecees doesn't act without solid preparation. So if he's ready to speak out, you can bet he has something significant to reveal. This drama is intensifying by the second, and we're not done yet. Part 3 is coming up, and it's about to get even juicier. Grab your popcorn because the grand finale is next, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Just when you thought this story couldn't get wilder, another layer of madness unfolds. With Jasmine Bleu now exposed for her web of lies. The internet is in a frenzy. But guess who's not staying silent? Yandy Smith. She's not letting this slide, and when she speaks, the whole world listens. While the internet was dissecting Jasmine's latest stunt, Yandy took to social media. She went live on Instagram, looking directly into the camera with a mission. She was furious, boiling mad, ready to confront everyone. You'd think that after Mendeecees got dragged into this mess, he'd be leading the charge. But no, Yandy had it covered. She started her live session iconically. I have stayed silent long enough, but you'll need to hear the real truth. I can't sit back and let these lies spread anymore. In that moment, the entire internet held its breath. Was she about to reveal something major, expose more evidence, call out Jasmine directly? What happened next left everyone stunned. Yandy didn't just call out Jasmine. She attacked her credibility. She listed all the times Jasmine had been caught in contradictions, pointing out that this wasn't the first time she'd pulled something like this. To make things messier, Yandy presented screenshots. We don't know who provided Yandy with this information, but she came prepared. She scrolled through her phone, reading messages with timestamps. When those screenshots appeared on the screen, the comment section went wild. People were typing so fast, you'd think they were uncovering their own secrets.